Row 18, plot 20.
Oh my. Hey everybody, welcome to Now It's Dark. I'm Jim. Hobbs Horror in the house. Hey everybody, welcome to Oh, I gotta mute shit. What the heck? I'm an amateur. There we go. Yeah, so this is a midday stream as opposed to my nighttime stream that's just not working out for me because I'm a baby and I like to sleep and I get too tired. And I actually am kind of tired already. Hello, Nanette. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for stopping in. The Cheetah, have Cheetah with you. I'm trying the chat on StreamYard, so there's that delay that I hate, but I do have chat open on this side. What's everybody been up to other than holiday stuff? Yeah, that's me, big baby. Pam's going to join us in a little while, and she'll do her anticipated movie review. She's been patiently waiting to give, but I keep, postponing and canceling streams. I just can't get it together. Work has been so crazy. I wasn't on overnight last year at this time, so I haven't fully adjusted to the workload and I guess my age. I don't know. Like physically, I'm just so much more tired and I get very active dreams. I don't know if you guys have this issue, but I get like very vivid, lucid dreams, nightmares. I've had some very strange ones. Very, very weird. So yeah, we're gonna do a little stream here for as long as I can handle it, probably at least an hour. I do want to start by mentioning something kind of sad. Bob McGrath passed away overnight. He had been on Sesame Street for a very long time. And I just wanted to shout out, I was a kid who grew up on Sesame Street. How's it going, Horror Collective Fiend? Welcome to the chat. Make sure you guys are all hitting the like and all that good stuff. But yeah, Sesame Street, I grew up in the city. I live in the city now. So like being a kid in the late 70s in the city, early 70s, Sesame Street was like a real thing. Like that was like watching a show, except for like the puppets, of course, but like that was a real deal. Hey, David. Hey, Carrie. Welcome in. Carrie, thank you for coming in. Everybody is showing up early here. I wasn't sure what kind of turnout we would have. I was doing, a while ago, if you guys remember, the movies, but then I kind of just changed gears on that for the time being. Anyways, we're going to try to get this monetization thing happening. Oscar the Grouch definitely That is a real character. I think that's me right there. That's why I connected with Bob McGrath so much. He actually died at 90 years old. So that's a pretty long life. I mean, that's like 39 more years. If I live to be 90, I'm going to be very pissed off. That's like a whole another lifetime. I go through phases where I remember something or I see somebody from like even just a few years ago and it feels like it was a lifetime ago. Oscar is real. He's the real deal. So my latest obsession has been the Wednesday Netflix series. Um, I'm on my second watch of this show, and I love it so much. Aside from just my Jenna Ortega kink, the show itself has so many layers to it and so many different Easter eggs and things. So I watched it the first run on the first weekend that it came out without any like spoilery reviews. And then I watched all of the expert reviews and Easter eggs that I might have missed. So now I'm on the rewatch to catch some of those. And there's just so many subtle Tim Burton things in it. So yeah, let's see. This was something I was gonna try to be better at. The focus is for all of you to be monetized by 2023. Just be ready, folks. Let's make money together and spend it on breakfast sandwiches and horror movies. I did that today. It's a weird thing. Like I was saying, I'm trying to get the sleep thing. So I was up super early and I went to Walmart, not mine, but to the nice Walmart at like just before they opened, which is 6 a.m. So I could get a couple of things. And then I stopped at McDonald's. I had to have my sausage McMuffin with egg and cheese. And then they also have the bagel sandwich back for a limited time only. So you're going to want to check that out. Um, while we have, I know it's just a few minutes in, but let me think here. Let me see these clips. And yeah, it's a little early. Who's got snow? Does anyone? Hey, Carol, welcome in to the channel. Who's got snow in their area? Like we haven't had snow yet. Like we had one night where we had some snow that didn't stick. Yeah, the sausage egg McMuffin is mwah. And when they run the promotions, like a lot of times there's combo deals. You could buy 2 for $5 or something like that. That is the sweetest deal like ever. That's the sweetest deal going. I've been shopping like crazy. I don't celebrate Christmas, but I do appreciate Black Friday deals and all the specials going on. Bailey and I have been going to thrift stores a lot lately because we have a January convention and she's convinced me once again to cosplay. So I'm going to be cosplaying a character that I have never done before. Hopefully it will be as well received as Mermaid Man. Not ready to share yet what it is, just in case it falls apart. But I did pick up a couple of items at the Goodwill. I found this VHS tape, and I hardly ever find VHS tapes. But Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. Like, how cool is that for $1.99? It's the MCA release of it. This is honestly one of my favorite movies of all the Universal Studio classics because Bela Lugosi plays Dracula for only the second time ever. He only played Dracula twice, despite Bela Lugosi being so commonly associated with Dracula. He only played him twice, once in the original Dracula movie, and then Dracula was played by other people. He played vampires in some of the other movies. Not Plankton, not Plankton. And then I found this Halloween bucket. I never saw the black ones before, and I just love this bucket. So I don't know if it was 99 cents. so I can't pass this up. I have a collection of these that you guys have probably not seen unless for some reason I showed, like, these are the decorations I put out on my porch. I have a ton of the buckets, but like I have this weird rule, same thing with my Ouija boards. I won't buy them outright, like at full retail new. I have to buy used ones. So that is my that's my deal. That's my thing. So yeah, I don't know what else is going on. Oh, I did get some new tarot decks, and I think one of them is going to become my new favorite. It's an oracle deck. I haven't even opened it yet, but this was a Black Friday deal. Mildred Payne's Oracle of Black Enchantment Midnight Edition. So I'm like, come on, midnight? It's the Midnight Society, the Midnight Hour, the Midnight Madness, the midnight till Monday or whatever it used to be. But this is a cool Oracle deck. I haven't, like I said, I haven't opened them yet. I'll do a an unboxing, one of my, unboxing videos. And then this will probably be one I've teased that I may start doing some live readings. I'm thinking this is going to be the set that I do that with. And then when I ordered this was from deviantmoon.com. They're typically kind of pricey, but it was a Black Friday deal. This is also Mildred Payne. They advertised a pocket size, a pocket edition Oracle deck. So I was like, oh, pocket size. I'm thinking that's going to be like the size of a traditional playing card deck, as opposed to like these are pretty large. No, it's like this tiny little box. It's so small. It's like tiny, tiny. So I haven't opened this one yet. But it's a full deck of these little pocket oracles. So maybe we'll do some readings with these at some point. This is like really oldie, old-timey, wimey artwork. Should we open these? Let's just pop them open. Let's take a look. I'm so curious. I can't wait to do my my tarot card opening. All right, let's see. These are so tiny. All right, so I think that's Mildred Payne herself. That's not a very good. All right. So the first card is fetus. Okay. Time. I like this artwork. Carol. Cassie. Hobbs. Me. So these are interesting. I like the artwork. But you can see how small they are. They're tiny. I don't know if I'll be able to get them. This box, it's a tight fit. Did I say that, Carol? I might have just been reading chat and I saw your name coincidentally at the same time. Maybe. Want me to open these? Should we take a look at a couple of these? I've been waiting. I've had these for like 2 weeks and I haven't opened them yet. Let's do it. Let's do it. And Carol, Pam will be here. I know that's the only reason why you've come to the stream today. This deck feels nice. All right, let's see. Where is the best way to open this? There we go. Trying to be, oh, everything is triple wrap. Oh, I love these cards already. And this fucking glare, man. I hate glare. So these come in a couple of different versions. My baby is sleeping too. Bailey is sleeping. That's how she's adjusted to working the overnight shift. She just sleeps all the time. She's actually going out with her mother today, so she's sleeping beforehand. All right, so let's see. Wow, look how big these cards are. There's Mildred. Mildred Payne. Oh, this artwork is so dark. Look at the boobs down in the corner. And the boobs in the middle. Like, that's my kind of party right there. Hey! Oh, wow. This looks like a good time. The moon phases. I'm not seeing any, I know these are different oracles, but I'm not seeing anything that's going to help me to interpret. I'm not that good that I can just interpret on my own what the cards say. Mildred must have been a hoot. Look at this is from 1933. I mean, that's like so long ago. Carol, what was it like back then? I don't know. Crazy. Yeah, so I guess maybe I won't use these cards because I'm not sure how to interpret these different cards. Oh well. It is what it is. Hashtag Mildred. Hashtag, oh, Pam is here. Pamela is here. So let's exactly. All right, let me close this up and we'll get Pam up here and we'll let Pam do her review that she's been waiting to give us for a little while. Let's see if I can find the Pamela intro. She's got her own special intro, folks. Here we go. Hi, Pam.
Hi, Jim. Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Chilly, a little chilly, but good.
I've got my hoodie zipped up today. I usually just wear it with it zipped down. Thank you for being patient and being available.
Yeah.
Kind of last minute. What was it, yesterday that I messaged
Yes.
you?
Yes.
'Cause I'm just trying to figure out, like, I mentally, I think I tricked myself into thinking that I like doing live streams. And then during the week, I work and I get tired and cranky. And then I convince
Yeah.
myself I don't enjoy doing the live streams.
Yeah.
And then I'm conflicted. And then I'm thinking, well, maybe I just need to switch up the times. Like the
Hmm.
afternoon might be better. Because what my problem was doing the Monday night, I was sleeping before the live stream.
Mm-hmm.
and stress makes me have like nightmares. So I was having not a restful sleep, and I was having nightmares, and I
Yeah.
would wake up and I'd be like, oh, in 2 hours I have to do this live stream, and I'm so
Yeah.
tired. Hey, Uncle Jari, thank you for stopping in. So, anyways, this may become my new time. I'm not sure. I'm already tired. So after the stream, I'll be going to sleep because I do have to stay up all night still so that I can be ready for
Oh
work
yeah.
Tuesday morning.
Yeah.
So, do you want to do your review or you want to chat a little bit? Either way, we're going to
Whatever
chat.
you want to do. Sure. Yeah.
Well,
What time
let.
do you go in the morning?
Well, I go in at night, so I go in
Oh,
at
at
10
night.
p.m.
Okay.
and I work 10 p.m. till 7 a.m.
Yes.
overnight. So, all right, let's
Okay.
single you out. You do your review. It was the collection, and then
Yes.
when you're done, I'll come back up and we'll keep chatting a little bit.
Alrighty. Hello, everyone. So this is the collection. Review on the collection, the sequel to The Collector, written by Patrick Melton, and starring my favorite guy, again, Josh Stewart. So handsome, so handsome. If anybody knows him, I'm a big fan. But anyway, this is a very good sequel. I'm not sure if Hobbs has seen this because he is a fan of, like myself, of A Great Kill, but very um, detailed again as far as our booby traps. So in our sequel, our story is a character not from the first, and her name is Elena. And she's a college student who sneaks out of her home with a friend just to go to a party, and she was actually studying. And she's the daughter of a very wealthy man who loves his daughter very much, and who has vowed to her that he will never leave her and always protect her. And as you'll see in the movie when you do watch it, as I'm sure you will, um, you'll be on the edge of your seat the entire time. I'm not sure. I'm still tossed up with myself and not sure which one I like better, um, or if they can be compared because they're both equally at that level of edge of your seatness. I don't know. I'm not good with those kind of words, but um, she gets captured by our villain of the movie and her father. Um, as I said in the beginning, he vows to protect her and never leave her. And he has, I guess, what you would call a right hand man. And our character, he escapes in the first one. If I don't want to spoil it for anyone, but he does um, escape and manage to get help. And he's in the hospital. When he wakes up, he is brought to him, a band of, I don't know what you would call them, mercenaries, but they have to rescue this young lady. And they tell him, you know, they need his help. And from there on, he's led back into that maze of horror that he has to go through um, to find this young lady and to bring her back to safety to her dad. So I would say I don't want to spoil it for anyone, the ending, but it's a must see. I said, like I always say before, all the thumbs. Great movie. And if you haven't seen the first one, I suggest you watch The Collector before you watch The Collection, because then you'll see how it's all put together and how it all goes together. Um, and I'm certain that there may be even another one. It's gonna be like, I don't know, if I'm saying the right word, trilogy. I think this will end up being one, um, just like the Saw franchise. I really do. Great movie. Um, and I heard doing my research that it did very good in the box office. I wasn't aware of it at the time when it was in the theater. So glad I came across it. I've watched it many times, and I've enjoyed it each time because I see things that I may have missed each time. Um, but this criminal is a very sick guy, and he is the first. I don't know. I'm not sure if anyone else, but he's the only outside of Jason. He's the quietest killer that I've ever met on TV. He really is. It's a good movie. But Arkin, you're gonna love him in this one just as much as you did the first one, because I would say it's an even more intricate set of mazes and traps and things that he has to go through to save this girl. Like he really puts in his all, um, almost sacrificing his own life to save her. Um, so it does have some how can I say happiness to the horror. They did bring some sort of um, reunion, and I can't, I don't want to spoil it. I'm not sure if I am or have already, but I do think once you see this, you'll feel like me, and you'll not just feel like there's going to be a sequel. You're going to want one because I do. I'm waiting, and I hope someone out there in the film and direction movie that had something to do with this will make us another one, a third one, so that we can see it and maybe possibly do a review on that one too. Who knows?
So you have a question in chat, and it's a spoilery question,
Oh no.
but it is: how did you like the party kill where everyone was taken out at once?
That one, I wasn't expecting it. But I like the way it happened because I'm one of those people I don't like to let it build up. I don't like lots of time to go by. I like things to start happening. So I enjoyed it. I
All right. Well, thank you very much for that, and we can only hope for a third movie, so you can do a review
yeah,
on that.
I think.
Uh,
Yeah,
are
because he
you
crashed that party. He's a party crasher.
you gonna crash it?
No, he was a party crasher. The villain
Yeah.
in this movie, he was a party crasher, definitely. And it
Um,
was such a nice one.
I haven't seen either of these movies yet, and I don't know how I
Oh,
haven't. And
yeah.
I'm so far behind with my scheduled movie reviews that I have had a hard time fitting in other movies, which has sucked because, well, I did. I ate up an entire day watching Wednesday, and then I'm doing it again because I'm watching the series for a second
Yeah,
time, and
yeah.
I keep watching it. And I watched the
Hmm.
Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas
Hmm.
special,
Hmm.
and that'll probably be the only Christmas special that I watch because otherwise they make me sick.
Yeah.
Um,
You're doing like me. Every time I get the girls and we sit down and I get the remote, I say, "Oh, let's watch Wednesday." And they're like, "But we did, man." And I go, "I know, but I want to do it again."
it's so fun.
It
There's
is.
so many different things to catch. Um, so you've been baking a lot, you said,
Yes, I have. I have.
muffins and pies, and you
Yes,
peeled a whole
I
bushel of apples.
yes, apple crisp and
Yeah,
apple pie. But I have some because I wanted to do a muffin. I wanted to do an apple muffin. It just smells so good.
yeah.
It smells so good. It's like you can actually see the aromas flowing.
I
So
have
we're doing some
not.
cocoa bombs too.
I haven't had apple pie in a long time.
Yes, it smells
I
so
might have to get
good.
one. I might have to get one. So
Yes.
are you all decorated and ready for Christmas? Do you do a big tree? Do you do all
No.
that stuff?
I honestly, I'm gonna be very honest.
Yeah,
I'm probably been considered the Scrooge of all my friends or the Grinch, like probably my whole life. I was deemed a horrible mom because I didn't do a tree. I just was like all that work. I did it a few times and I put the tree up with all the decorations on it. And I said, well, if I set it out again next year, I'll just fluff it up. And it was bad. My coworkers brought me a ceramic tree, and they told me that I was a bad mom for not putting up a tree, and I should go home and plug that in. And I don't know. I never did Christmas big. She would always be gone. I'd be home alone, and then yeah, growing up, like only kid, I never had anybody to play with.
Yeah.
So Christmas always kind of sucked. Until you
Yeah.
got an adult, you can go out and have a drink.
Right. Yeah. Well, as you know, I don't celebrate it either, but I am happy this year that it's on a Sunday because my normal nights off are Sunday and Monday.
Oh, good.
And with work, they're giving off the overnight crew Saturday night so that you're off Christmas Eve into Christmas morning.
Right.
And so that's like a
awesome.
bonus day off. So I get 3 days off.
Yeah.
Hobbs
You don't
is
have to hear any of the
asking,
music.
huh?
I hate Christmas music.
Oh my God.
I'll take that back. I just don't like it. It comes too early. It comes too
It's
early. I'll do it
annoying.
on the day, and that's it.
Overnight, they do a pretty good job of not playing it on the overnight on the Walmart radio. But I work in the toy department, which is right next to the Christmas shop where they have the trees that play the music. So I hear it all night. Hobbs is asking, what is a cocoa bomb?
Well, I actually,
Hey, Bones.
oh gosh, and I wanted to have one to show you guys too. I have a shot glass mold. It's silicone, and I pour my chocolate in it, so it makes a nice little shot glass. And then I put hot chocolate powder, um, and marshmallows, and then I'll drizzle some more chocolate, and maybe some. I did some with gingerbread men. That one was a white chocolate with white chocolate powder in it, marshmallow, and I did some little gingerbread on it. And I have a mold for like I can make chocolate spoons. So then you just boil your milk and pour over it, and it melts. And the marshmallows usually float to the top, and everything else melts, and you just have a nice hot cup of chocolate.
Well, there you go. And now Hobbs is asking if we have heard of sweet potato crunch. I have not.
The casserole, yeah, with pecans. And
so Mr.
sugar.
Bones has entered the chat, and he has recently won, Pam, the horror YouTuber of the month. And that's a prestigious award. So like there is in the horror community, each month 4 horror channels get nominated. I forget the rules. I think it's 1,000 subscribers or less. It's meant to kind of like promote everyone and build the community and whatnot. And Mr. Bones won that. And
that's
also
awesome.
coincidentally, this year's toy of the year is the Mr. Bones Super 7 action figure. I don't know if that's related or not to Mr. Bones, but quite the coincidence.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. So there's been let's see, is Cheetah still in? Because then that would be 3 out of less than 1K. I did a couple of I made some videos, and now that Mr. Bones is here, Cheetah was here, and I'm here, and the only person that is in the video, if I can find it, is Echo Cero. Oh, here it is. So I've got a couple of Christmas songs, and this is just a 40-second Christmas video. It's going to be one of the very rare anything that I do having to do with Christmas, but I think it's appropriate. So here we go. And there it is. Christmas Farty Rudy Tooty. I don't, Pam, I think you muted yourself. There you go.
Did I?
Yeah. I wasn't sure, Hobbs, if you were going to be able to see that or not because you said you were listening and wasn't sure. I've got a couple of those stashed away. I have a much more risky adult Christmas song. But I don't want to go too overboard with the Christmas spirit because that's my Christmas spirit, Krampus.
Yeah.
Although my Elf on a Shelf shorts are doing pretty good, and I started doing some Grinch shorts videos,
Well,
so those are going
I
kind of
appreciate your
okay.
first. Yeah, I appreciate your first Elf on the Shelf. I played that for my grandchildren, and I let them know that this was an actual message, and that uh, and you said no gifts for you, and my granddaughter ran. She was crying. She
Oh,
thinks this is for
jeez,
real. So thank you for those
that's awesome.
because it's keeping her on her toes.
Yeah, there's nothing that warms my heart more than knowing I've made some small children cry at Christmas. That just
Your
brightens my
sister is
day.
cruel. Your sister is cruel.
Uh, so are they get excited obviously for Christmas. I mean, they're kids and they're
Yes, yes. They've been sneaking. I've picked up some things. I've promised to be better this year. And I had them in my room and I thought they were kind of, hidden, and so I got this conversation like, "Hey man, you know what I would like for Christmas?" And they were naming a couple of things, but there were things that I had, and they weren't things they'd ever mentioned to me before. And I said, "Were you in my room?" "Oh no, I weren't. I wasn't in your room." And so I have to resort to better hiding places.
want to
Probably.
say hello to Al. Alucard just popped into the stream. Thank you for coming in. So I think I told you guys. I think I did a live stream closer to Black Friday where we had in the afternoon we had a gang come into the store. I was home sleeping, but two guys went and created a distraction by like having like a fake fight while the rest of the gang went into electronics and busted open a bunch of the display cases and loaded up garbage cans full of stuff and ran out. And we had,
Oh my
while
gosh.
I was working on overnight, we had some people try to break in through the lawn and garden, or through, I'm sorry, the tire and lube area, the oil change. Welcome
No.
in, Stevie Loves Horror. Thank you for stopping in. And then just the other night, right before we started our shift, um, there was a huge fight in the electronics department that was so bloody that they had to
Oh my
hazard
goodness.
cone off the whole electronics department and
Yeah.
do a hazard cleanup because of the amount of blood.
Oh my
And
goodness.
just it's crazy this year how violent. Yeah, that's what happened, Hobbs. Yeah, so like one
This is
there's a regular
intense.
customer that comes in and you know, we're very close to where the Hudson Avenue and 104, there's
Mhm.
that bridge.
Mhm.
And there was, up until last week, a community under that bridge. I don't know if you,
Yeah.
so
Yep.
this past week, they cleared out all the homeless people from under that bridge.
Yeah.
Um, but I think this guy was one of the people that lived there. And he would come in and, you know, we don't kick people out of the store anymore for anything, just about. And I think he was like charging his cell phone. Like what people do was they'll unplug the
Mhm.
display phones and plug
Yeah.
their own phones in to charge. So he would
Mhm.
do that on a nightly basis. And then another gentleman approached him. They exchanged words. The homeless guy spit on the other guy, and the other guy
Oh
wasn't
gosh.
having any of that. and just beat the crap out of him and got him
Oh
bloody from
gosh.
one spot to another. They got close to a case. He threw his head through the glass case and broke that glass door,
Yeah. Oh
and
God.
it just was a lot of blood, I guess. So
Oh God.
it's crazy this
Yeah.
year. I don't, again, I didn't work overnight last year, so
Very dangerous. Yeah.
I don't know. I think
Do they have do they
there's,
have yeah, security, but there's
yeah, once it's already happening, it's the security has to go from wherever they are to that spot, and by that time they're
yeah,
already done. So that,
yeah,
I mean, we literally have police car with the lights on in front of the store at all times. Like there is a police officer
yeah.
like stationed at our store,
At
and
the
yet these things
yeah.
still happen. It doesn't matter. So it's
Mhm.
just craziness. It's it's not only just Christmas either. I mean, I get like there's people that are in a frenzy, for
Yeah,
to provide for their family or whatever they want, but
yeah.
I don't know.
They've opened
Thankfully,
6 new shelters for them too.
yeah, that's what Bailey was
Mhm.
asking. Like, we wondered where
Mhm.
they moved all those homeless people because
They
the
they
city doesn't
mhm.
have like a lot of
They've
resources, they say.
renovated some homes. Some homes. They've renovated 6 homes. Some not any particular agency or organization, just a group of people. Um, and they've got 6 homes that they have available. But they're going to be providing um, some good services for them. Those that are willing and want to, get into recovery and things like that, they are going to
Yeah.
be offering some good things for them.
I mean, you've lived in the city all your life, and I've been
Mhm.
in it for most of
Mhm.
my life. I, it's
Mhm.
always like this time of the year where people seem the most concerned, but
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
like that attention
Afterwards.
dies off once these people
Yeah.
are put into temporary
Yeah.
housing locations, and then it just
Mhm.
kind of comes back later again.
Yeah.
Hopefully they'll do
Yeah.
something more permanent,
Mhm.
but like you said,
Mhm.
those people have to want to change
Yeah.
their
Cause
lifestyle, and a lot of them don't
yeah.
want to.
Yeah. I've
They
I've
don't
worked
want help,
in
or they have mental health
yeah.
conditions that make them very paranoid about getting the help.
Mhm.
People
I've
throw
I've
stuff at
worked in
each
a
other.
lot of non-for-profit, and I've worked in addiction. I used to live 5 days a week. I was a house mother, Jim, for Salvation Army, and I would have to live there 5 days a week, and I'd come in at 4, and make sure everybody was in from their jobs or wherever they were coming from during the program, and have dinner with them. Provide some type of recreation to just show them how to do things in a sober way. You meet a lot of very interesting people who've
Yeah.
just forgotten about themselves and who have been forgotten, by a lot of their loved ones, due to hurtful things, or sometimes it hasn't been. They're just so ashamed that they don't interact or want anyone, that they know. That's why some move to different states and do, the things that they do. But
Yeah.
like you say, have to be a willing spirit. You got to have that to want to come through it.
So does your neighborhood get all decorated for the season for the Christmas? We've got 2 houses on our street that have Christmas lights.
We mm, this particular street, when we lived in the 19th ward, and I lived in Cornhill, yes.
Yeah.
This particular street is in an area where I kind of grew up, and it's not the same. But my neighbors across the street have been here since the 50s. My
Oh.
ex-husband actually grew up down this like couple doors down from me.
Oh wow.
And so yeah, and when my daughter moved here, I kept saying everything is just so different. It looks so different. But occasionally we'll get like maybe about 5 houses on our part.
I'm going to show you this picture, and then I want you and everybody in chat, or I guess it's a 19-second clip, not a picture, but
Okay.
would you be annoyed if this was your neighbor's yard? That would annoy me. Anyone in chat that thinks that that would be fun to have a neighbor with that kind of a yard?
Probably in the daytime I wouldn't mind, but they'll turn those lights on at night. Oh gosh.
Yeah. So Steve lives in San Francisco, Stevie, in the Mission District. So no Christmas decorations, at least in his neighborhood. I lived in California
Oh.
for a couple of years, but that it was San Diego, down just a little south of San Diego. Hobbs would be okay with it if it was Halloween decor. Yeah, isn't that something? Because I would be okay if that was Halloween decorations. So I guess I'm not being very open-minded. I don't like Minions first. I think maybe because it's Minions in particular, like the Minions annoy me. I don't like those movies. What were those movies? I mean, I know the Minions had their own movies, but what was the movie that they came out of?
Oh, Despicable Me.
Despicable Me. Yeah, I do
Mhm.
like Steve Carell, and I think he was the voice
I
of
do
Gru.
too. Gru.
But the
Yeah.
Minions just ruined it for me. And I remember walking out of that first movie when the kids were younger, and we saw that at the theater, and I said, "Those Minions are going to be all over the place." And sure
Mhm.
enough, they are.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
I do like the Grinch. Like, if that happened to come on to TV, the original cartoon Grinch, I do like that.
Mhm.
Um, but have you seen, Pam, any trailer or anything about the horror movie that's coming out of the Grinch? I think it's called
No.
The Mean One is the title, and it's a horror parody. That's how they're getting away with it. But it looks
Oh
just like the
no.
Jim Carrey Grinch. And
Yeah.
the premise of the
Whoville.
story is that the mean one, the Grinch,
Yeah.
goes into Cindy Lou who's called Cindy You Know Who. He goes
Oh.
to her house and is gonna steal the stuff, and she comes down the stairs and sees him just like in the cartoon, but he ends up killing her parents, and it's like this murderous thing. And then years later, when she's an adult, she goes back to the Whoville, and it's all real world based. It's not cartoony looking or anything, except
Right,
for
right.
him. Um, yeah, and he's played by David Howard Thornton. Yeah, thank you for reminding me about that, Mr. Bones. He played Art the Clown in
Hmm.
Terrifier 2, so it's the same
Oh my God.
actor
Yes.
who's playing the Grinch.
Yes.
So I
Yes.
think that's a really fantastic premise. I think we're going to see a very small window of time because there's also the Winnie the Pooh horror movie that's coming out. There's
Oh
a
my goodness.
Bambi horror movie coming out. There's a Peter Pan horror movie coming out. There's been a trailer recently going around for a movie called Cocaine Bear. And that's not based on any um, children's story, but I can't tell if it's a horror comedy or not. But it's based on a real life situation where a cocaine uh, trafficking incident happened, and then this bear came across the bag of open cocaine and got like crazy from it, and he's trying to kill everybody.
I remember, I don't know, had to be about 13 or 14-ish. Silent Night, Deadly Night. Oh, I couldn't wait to get there. And I was glad because I want to say we went on opening weekend. I was glad we went, my group of my friends, and we went, and then they took it out. They said it was traumatizing the kids.
Uh-huh.
And I was trying to remember I wasn't traumatized. I was like, I had to be between 12 and 14 years old. I forget the year, but
So
I
Mr.
thought it
Bones
was
is saying
pretty.
that there's a Wizard of Oz horror movie. I have not
I
seen
could see
that.
that.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
That I could see, yeah.
Yeah, because the books are actually a lot darker than
The movie, yeah.
the first
I would,
movie.
yeah.
The second movie gets a little darker. But I don't know how I've missed the Wizard of Oz horror movie. I'm gonna write that down. Wiz of
I was
Oz.
actually scared by the original. I would say I've never had a fear of certain movies ever. I've always loved horror. I watched them by myself as a small kid.
Yeah.
But The Wizard of Oz, it was something about those monkeys. That scene where she'd be flying, I don't know, it was something about
Yeah.
it creeped me out. And
Yeah.
the music that led up to it, it was kind of creepy.
So when I started the stream cam, I talked about the death of Bob McGrath, who was from Sesame Street. And I was mentioning it was because, like, I kind of grew up on Sesame Street and I lived in the city at a
Yeah.
young age, you know, and so did
Mm-hmm.
you. So,
Yeah.
like, I relate to Sesame Street, I think, on a different level than maybe kids that live in the suburb. And you probably can identify with what I mean by that. And so, like, speaking of the Wizard of Oz, and this is, I don't know what made me think of this, but the Wiz has always, when I see Wizard of Oz, I think the Wiz because I think I saw the Wiz before I saw the Wizard of Oz. And
Oh,
so,
okay.
you know, with Nipsey Russell and Michael Jackson and Diana Ross
Uh-huh.
and all that, I think I saw
Uh-huh.
the Wiz first
First, okay.
because it was on TV every year. And the Wizard of Oz, I don't know that it was on TV every year, or
Mm-hmm.
if it was,
Yeah.
I
I would
never,
be around Christmas, I think.
I never
One of the
watched it.
holidays, Christmas or Easter or something, but it would
But
come
man, I
on
love the
during.
Wiz.
Hmm.
But that had some
Yeah,
creepy moments in it too.
it did. It did. Where it said you have to be what when they would do the colors, that scene where they were all on the wall and then they start popping off the wall after the
Yeah,
witch died. Yeah. And
I
then
wish they
but it
would play that. They need to bring that back out of the vault. I haven't seen that on
yeah,
anything in a really long time. There's so
yeah,
many actors in that movie too. Like if I watched it now after so long, I'd be like, oh my gosh,
it
that
is.
whoa, hey.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
always loved Nipsey
The
Russell
mom from
anyways.
What's Happening. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
my
yeah,
favorite. That's what I say. I'm the Tin Man. I tease you all the time. I feel like him. A
yeah,
teeny, a
yeah.
teeny. I
Yeah, The
do. I
Wiz
need it
definitely has
all.
some creepy parts. Yeah,
Yeah,
the Return to Oz with Feruza Balk
because it was.
definitely.
I think it was filmed in a like the abandoned train stations.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So um, let's. I'm gonna do this Christmas song. Um, each stream between now and Christmas, just to show my support for everyone who does celebrate Christmas. Because although I don't celebrate it, that doesn't mean, you know, like I don't think it doesn't exist. Like sometimes people confuse that if you don't celebrate something, then you don't like acknowledge that it. Oh, good. Thank you, Mr. Bones. That like you don't acknowledge that it exists, which is silly because you know Christmas exists. So to show my support, let me. Yeah, this is the right clip. I'm going to play this clip for everyone in chat. Happy holidays.
Stroke a my, lick a my, suck a my cock. It's the first time for you, so here's what you do. Unzip me and strip me and show me you care. Don't go ripping out my pubic hair. Reach for my, grab for my, pull at my cock. You can do it with ease. Just get on your knees. Start licking and slurping. My dick will get firm. Soon you'll be tasting sperm. Do it right now and don't bite now. Drag your tongue across my meat. If you give me head, there's no need to spread. By now you should know a blowjob can't.
I actually don't think I anticipated how awkward that would be watching your reaction to it. Normally I play those and there's nobody up on the screen for
Taryn's,
me to see.
Taryn's watching you, and
Oh, okay.
she's looking and I go, this is your Uncle Jim. This is him
Yeah.
being inclusive to help with people that celebrate Christmas.
I saw you look off camera and I thought, oh, she's not alone. I should have given a warning. I didn't even think about that. But yeah. So another movie This is not a porn stream, Charles. Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate that. There is another kind of kids movie that has creepy moments, and that was Charlie and the Chocolate Factory with Gene Wilder, like that original one. I
That's my
suppose
favorite.
the Johnny Depp one is pretty creepy as well, but
I like it though.
This is a
Yeah,
funny
it's pretty
little
good.
Cartoon Network did this little clip.
The strawberries taste like strawberries. The snozberries taste like snozberries. Ew. These carrots taste musky. Oh, damn Oompa Loompa.
All right, I can't do it anymore with you up on camera. I can't. Hobbs is saying he can't watch this with Pam being there. It just doesn't feel right.
Why?
It feels right, but it feels very wrong at the same time. Like it's funny.
I share the same sense of humor.
Yeah. So it looks like I don't think I can play a clip. It's called GALE, that movie, and that's it. I just looked at it for like a quick second. I'm gonna see if I can download it, and I don't know like what the rules are. Maybe I'll try to play it, and we'll do it as a reaction, a first watch reaction, a live reaction to the GALE Wizard of Oz horror movie. You want to do that?
Yeah, that's
so. Okay, let me see if I gotta upload it now. Let's see if it's too big or not. Okay, so it's uploading, and what we'll do is GALE, Stay Away from Oz. It does look really interesting. Like I looked at it for like 2 seconds while I was trying to download it. We're gonna do a live reaction. So don't mute yourself. We're gonna both be still on screen, I think. Oh, maybe I did do this wrong. Let me see. Here we go. Ready, Pam?
It feels like it knows me.
Oh.
Like it's calling me.
How long has this been happening?
Oh. Ooh, tarot. Okay,
Ever since I found her.
Your grandmother is?
Wow, this looks really good.
And what did you say her name was?
Dorothy.
Oh, that's scary.
Dorothy Gale. Come back.
I didn't know she had any family.
Okay, so
Neither
that's
did I.
Dorothy. Oh, Toto is in the picture.
She hasn't said a word in years. I'm afraid a
Toto.
lifetime of psychosis is really taking its toll on her.
Can I?
Sure.
So they have accents.
Hi.
So this must be from
Dorothy?
Australia.
It's Emily. I'm your granddaughter.
Stay away from us, 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 stay away from us.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be good.
Oh, that's so creepy.
Oh yeah.
The suspense. Oh, the suspense is killing me.
I know. Oh. Yes.
GALE,
Yes.
Stay Away from Oz. Daniel.
When are we
Oh,
to
wait.
expect
I
this?
want to see if I can back that up.
Yeah.
So GALE Alfred,
Yeah,
based on
stay away
characters
from
created
the
by Alfred.
house.
Huh.
2023?
Did it say 2023?
I don't know. I couldn't see it. So
Yeah, I don't see a date or anything. Wow, that's crazy
yeah.
looking. Man, I'm glad you
Yes.
brought that up, Mr. Bones. That looks
Yes.
good.
Thank
That
you.
looks
Yes.
really good. That was a really well
My
done
kind of
trailer.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Like The Invitation. I want to see that too.
When Leanne, my ex-wife, and I were having Mitchell before my son was born, we were trying to theme out like a bedroom, like how are we going to do the bedroom? And so we were originally gonna, we didn't, before we knew Mitchell was a boy, um, we decided to theme out as the Wizard of Oz. So we started buying
Hmm.
Wizard of Oz, and it got a little obsessive. We started buying like some collectibles and stuff. We have this huge, hey Tatum, we have this really large Wizard of Oz collection. I think she sold most of it now because it doesn't mean, the same as it did back in the day when we were together. But
Yeah.
yeah,
That
but
sounds
that
so
looks really
cool.
good. That movie looks excellent.
Yes. What do you think
Oh,
about
James Skype was
The
here, and I didn't
Invitation?
even see. Sorry, James Skype came in, and if you're still here, thank you. Hello. Sorry, I missed your name pop up. I was watching that trailer. I got kind of into it, so I watched.
I belong to a group,
Yeah,
Jim. I belong to a Gothic home decorating group, and it is oh, it's some of the houses are just oh my gosh, so nice.
yeah. I've been watching a lot of. I think right now a big trend in interior home decorating is painting
Mhm.
your living and family space black. And I have to admit, I
Mhm.
really like
I do
uh,
too.
Hobbs. That's a great question. I can ask Pam. Do you have um, some picks for your next movie review? Do you have
Hmm.
some ideas? I think we're losing Pam. She's got a bad
Well,
connection. You
you
froze.
mentioned one. You did mention one that I'm very fond. You can hear me? I you mentioned one of them, one of my favorites. My but no, I haven't.
Okay.
But I was gonna ask about The Invitation.
The Invitation?
There's two. There's one that's newly released about
Okay.
a young lady who takes the 23andMe DNA test and she finds a biological family and they invite her. I think she has to go to Europe, somewhere in Europe, and she thinks she's there for a wedding of a family member and she's going to be meeting these people, but it's actually something else. But there's another movie that I've watched, The Invitation. Um, I can't think of
So The
the actor.
Invitation is the one with the girl with the 23 or me DNA thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, we could do a poll,
Yeah.
uh, but I need a second movie. Throw a
Mm,
movie out there that you
yes.
think Pam would like.
I think he and I share the same kind of I'm not sure.
Yeah, yeah. Hobbs is at work, so oh my gosh, are you really suggesting that?
What they
Okay, so Pam, Saint Agatha.
okay.
Saint Agatha. Um, I think I spelled that right. Whatever.
Saint
So
Agatha.
everybody
I
needs
thought
to
I heard
vote.
that.
Everybody vote
In
for one of
chat.
these two movies, and that'll be Pam's next homework assignment. Gosh darn it. I think
Saint Agatha.
Saint Agatha. Hobbs likes that movie. It's about I can't grab it because I have it. It's in a
It's
spot. Do you watch Tubi? Do you have the
Oh yeah.
Okay, so you'll find
Yes.
it on Tubi, I'm pretty sure. Mr.
Okay.
Bones is saying the invitation is awesome if you mean the newest one. Haven't
Okay.
seen Saint Aggie. Everyone push the like button. Yep.
Okay.
Tatum's doing the mod thing. So while people vote, my vote, I voted, but it did not record my vote correctly. I was having trouble with it. So yeah. I want to play one more. Let me see if I can. Oh, so this is another movie trailer. I did a movie review that will come out in January, but I filmed it today. So, Pam, you never met Brian. You've probably heard stories about Brian, my brother, from
Yes.
Tanessa or even Michelle.
Yeah.
So he was a full moon movie guy, particularly the Puppet Master movies.
Yes.
Oh, Bones and All looks really good. The American one. I have seen the trailer for that. That's on my short list of movies to watch. So for I guess in an attempt to be like family sentimental, whatever. But recently, my dad and Jody, my stepmother, gave me one of his Puppet Master dolls. It's back there. That was a gift that I gave him like 20 or more years ago.
Yeah.
And they were going through his belongings and they gave it back to me. And for as much as I like to think that I'm like this non-family sentimental guy, for some reason it kind of hit me hard because he used to be my little mini me, and we used to run around. I had a pic, and like he would dress up. I bought him this clown costume to go with mine.
Yes.
And we were like we were Terrifier before Art the Clown
So cute.
was Terrifier. We were Terrifier. And
Yeah.
anyway, so for every calendar day full moon, I'm doing a full moon feature movie review as kind of a bonus movie review for 2023. So today I watched the classic 1988 movie Sorority Babes in the Slime Ball Bolorama. I don't know if you've ever seen that. It's kind of a gratuitous,
No.
Cheesy boobs and whatever. But they made a sequel. So you want to do another live movie or trailer reaction? Oh no, do I not have it? Poop.
I keep a good picture too. I was gifted a nice picture of Brian and Mom together, and I have it on my dresser.
I'm having a little bit of trouble hearing you. Is chat hearing Pam okay? Because your connection seems like it's gone wonky.
You can hear me. Wait, let me see. Is it my earpod? Is that a little better?
A little better. Hobbs wants to know if you like clowns or clown movies.
Yes, the entire household, dolls and clowns.
Dolls and clowns. See?
Oh, there's my thumb. Oh.
The Dolls and Clowns. Let me see if
It's
this
kind of the introduction.
here's the sequel to the Sorority Babes movie.
No man shall ever fulfill the needs of a sister.
You can
No
unmute
man
yourself
shall
so
ever
we
fill the
can
void of a
live
sister.
react.
Welcome to Pi Epsilon Delta.
The house has a curse on it.
Here we go again. One pledge night, your sister Spider accidentally unleashed something evil.
Oh,
These chicks
okay.
are full on free spirits.
So Spider was Linnea Quigley in the
The three of
original
you
movie.
are gonna drive us somewhere.
You kicking in for gas?
It's just a little debauchery in the bowling alley. The bowling alley? You all know the sordid history of the Pi Epsilon Delta sorority. Your
Okay.
task is the very same one given to those sisters all those years ago. Steal the trophy, and with it, bring back glory to the Pi Epsilon Delta sorority.
Pi Epsilon Delta. So I think this came out in December.
We have some fun.
Or this month. I think it came out just this week.
We bowl.
Whatever it was that was released caused a night of terror.
Oh. Okay. So the trophy's different.
Sultan Almighty, I'm free at last. Ha ha!
The voice sounds the same.
Your wish is granted. The man of your dreams is just behind that door.
I'm not playing your game.
Don't leave now, you'll miss all the fun. You are all so mine. So mine. Choose your words wisely.
I can smell you, pledge.
Okay. Wait, who was that? Who was that? Linnea Quigley at the very end? Did somebody catch that? Shoot, I missed it on the other screen. So I think that came out December 1st. So I got to see that one too, because literally I just watched today the original. Looks like it's the same premise as the original. So the poll right now is 50-50. So we've got only 8 votes, but we've got The Invitation and Saint Agatha. My vote was supposed to be Saint Agatha, so I'm going to call your homework assignment is to watch the movie Saint Agatha. I'm ending the poll. So if you have trouble finding it, let me know.
I got you.
But it's
Tubi's
it's
great.
St. Agatha, st.agatha, and we'll call it the Hobbs Horror Tribute Review, since he suggested that. And yeah, I did a review on it as well. Well, I was the tiebreaker, not to be like shenanigans or whatever, but my vote literally went to the wrong thing because I'm bouncing between StreamYards and YouTube. So I did hit the wrong. So I called it. I called it for that. So we'll go for. You want to stay on, Pam, or
Sure.
it's after 3. I couldn't
you.
remember if you said you had to go by 3 because the kids.
Yeah, they're usually their bus will be pulling up probably about 15 minutes or maybe more, a little bit.
Okay.
They'll be here.
Well, we'll go for a little bit longer, and then I need to
Okay.
get to sleep. And I think Bailey just left to go spend some time with her mom, which means they're gonna go buy stuff.
Do you guys get to work together at night?
We do,
overnight?
yeah, which is
Yeah.
good and bad because we see each other more at work than we do here at home.
Yeah.
Because when we're here at home, we're each in our own Like I'm in here making videos, watching movies. She's in her room doing her thing. I think
Yeah.
she's secretly gone back to doing some YouTube videos for her channel, but she doesn't want me to know. But I think I caught her editing. So yeah, I was just looking at something and I was gonna say something and then I lost my train of thought. But yeah, so we'll go till 3:30 and we'll call it a stream. And then I did want to play. Oh, this is what it was. I'm gonna do a little plug here for my Teespring, and I didn't think to put the link in the chat, but I have this Teespring store. This is a little, even though it's got the old logo. This is some of the stuff that's in my Teespring. My little merch shop. I've got some properties. Oh, I guess I see now. I see my retro VHS logo shirt has my old logo on it. I'm gonna have to update. Yep, see my mug's got the old logo. I love that logo. So
Yeah,
upset.
the kids do too.
I wish I didn't feel like I needed to change it, but that's what all the advice said to do. This is one of my favorite hoodies. That Betty White shirt. I made that for Mitchell and gave that to him for
Is he a
Christmas
fan of the
last year.
Golden
That
Girls?
Sassy Rose hoodie, Betty White.
Yes.
Um,
My favorite show was Maude. I loved Maude growing up.
oh my
Oh my
gosh,
gosh. I love the theme song.
you're so old. Although I like all those old shows too. It's funny too because so
Oh,
many of those shows were all spin-offs of
yeah.
Archie Bunker. Like was Maude was a
Mm-hmm.
spin-off of Archie Bunkers. The Jeffersons was.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There's a couple other shows too.
Yeah.
Aside from the actual Archie Bunker shows, like there was um, his own Archie Bunker's Place,
Yes.
and then
Yes.
uh, his daughter had her own show. Why can't I think of
Mm-hmm.
her name? What was her name?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I know. This is bad. This
It's
is
like right
Grave
on the tip of
Hog.
my tongue.
Edith is the wife.
Yeah,
Meathead is the son-in-law.
yeah.
And I can hear
Gloria,
her.
was
Yes.
it Gloria?
Yes.
And I think that
Yes.
might have been the name of the show. She became like a
Mm-hmm.
veterinary assistant, and she had
Mm-mm.
their son, but
Oh.
she had been divorced from Meathead.
Mm.
That was the whole premise of the show. I think that's kind of funny.
Mm-hmm.
But
It was a different time. Things are
yeah,
so
that was a
different.
different time. And again, I think I related to a
Mm-hmm.
lot of those shows too, like the Jeffersons
Mm-hmm.
and Archie Bunker and stuff, because we were kids that lived in the city.
Yep. Yep.
So I don't know. I
Yep.
think those hit different when you lived in the
Yeah.
uh, and good times too. Like I don't know.
I
I still
know.
get very nostalgic when I see those. Oh yeah, and Charles just wrote that in there. Good times came from Maud. See, it's like there's all
Uh-huh.
those. I think that was all Norman Lear was like
Yeah,
the
he was. Yeah. He was
creator,
the man back
producer
then.
of all those shows.
Mm-hmm. Hey,
Uh,
Mom.
so I know I said we're gonna go to 3:30, but I have to go to the restroom, so I thought I could hold it off, but I can't. So Pam, thanks for stopping in.
Yes.
We'll do this again next week at the same time,
Yes.
uh, unless I have a mental breakdown again, which is a very strong possibility. Um, I'm looking for my outro video, and I guess I deleted it. How
Well,
did
stay
I? How do?
warm. It's very cold. I'm cold.
Yeah, I'm
I
cold too.
had
I'm
on
gonna
my
sleep
heating
good. I
pad
am gonna
during
sleep.
the chat.
I'm definitely gonna sleep good. Because I sleep better when
I'm
it's
gonna be
cold.
doing some horror cocoa bombs as well. I've got red cocoa powder, Jim. I have some horror themed cocoa bombs I'm gonna do too.
All right. Get some Fireball
I have a
cocoa
page.
balls.
I'm gonna. Yeah.
The Fireball
Yeah,
cocoa
I've got
ball.
some red cocoa powder. So
All right.
yes,
You're
I've got
breaking
some.
up, Pam.
I have those are the boozy balls.
You're breaking up. All right. We're going to say goodbye, everybody. Have a great
Got
rest
it.
of your afternoon. Enjoy the whatever you're doing. And thanks for
You
stopping in,
too.
everybody. This was a bigger turnout than I
Stay
expected.
warm.
Buy Jim a Fireball. That's what we need to change that to. All right. Here's the end credits, and then I'm out.
So have your dream. Go on and sing your song. There's nothing wrong with singing out of tune. Give people laugh and say your dream can never be. Just think of